Hello, it's GotAUkulele review day, and it's a brand that I featured before. The brand is Snail ukuleles, part of the Amahi, I believe, ukulele company. And the ones I've featured before have always done pretty well on this website, but they've got something in common, that they've all got a bit of laminate in them. I've done a solid top one with laminate back and sides. I've done a couple of all laminate models, and they're pretty good. Really nicely made, carried by good ukulele dealers, so that means something. But this is the first all solid one I've done, and it's their SR04-TE Tenor, and it's in all solid koa. And it's a very pretty thing. It's not the curliest, flamiest koa, and it's finished in a satin, which I don't think helps really show the wood off, but it is very attractive. Two-piece top, two-piece sides, two-piece slightly arched back. The back in particular wonderfully buck matched. I find that really attractive. As I say, finished in satin. The finish and the build is really nice. Possibly a little bit too blingy for me on account of that abalone inlay purfling around the outside and also around the sound hole, but I know many people will love that. Yeah, there we are. I think that works well with the koa, to be honest. We have another couple of design features that people I know find that are really popular with ukulele players. First is this darker wood inlaid comfort edge, which stops the sharp edge on the arm. I don't personally understand the need for them, but they don't do any harm and people like them. And this sort of cutaway that looks like somebody's taken a bite out of it here for access to the upper frets. I quite like those. Yeah, that's all right, and it all sort of goes together into an interesting instrument. It's certainly not plain, is it? We have this Batman shaped bridge made out of ebony. Now what I'm confused about is I've seen some press pictures of this ukulele and it's got a straight bridge. I don't know whether this is the new development. I think it is, because this came to me from one of the Snail distributors as a new model, and it's got one of those string through the body designs that people seem to not like because they think they're complicated. They're not complicated at all. You just feed the string out the sound hole, tie a knot in it and pull it back. Bone, massively compensated saddle there, and I think that all goes together quite nicely. The tone wood is reasonably thin, not massively thin actually. Looking inside, neat and tidy notched linings and the maker's logo, which strangely says that this is an SR04, so whether the name is changing, I don't know. This was sent to me by the distributor, as I say, as an SR04-TE, and that's what it is. And I've seen this on Southern Ukulele Store's website, and it's got that model name as well. Up to the neck, they don't specify what that wood is. I think it's a pale mahogany. We've got a nicely hidden joint at the heel and one at the headstock. It's typically Chinese in profile, so it's kind of rounded and chunky up here, which I don't like, and really far too narrow for a tenor. At the nut, that's 34 mil. You know, no, I don't like that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 nickel silver frets to the body, 15, 16, 17, 18 in total. They're dressed reasonably well. They're on the edge of sharp, but they're not sharp, so that would be unfair for me to say so. And that's set into a dark, really nice condition, nice looking ebony fingerboard. Really quite like the look of that. Position dots facing out at 5, 7, 10, double at the 12th and one at the 15th, and they are repeated with dots on the side. Bone nut, and it's one of those ones that's sort of stacked really quite high, hard for me to show you, and that coupled with the narrow nut I find is really sharp and uncomfortable on first position chords up here. Digs into my finger. Don't like that. Headstock, I do like these headstocks on Snail ukuleles. I like the shape, and it's kind of got this kind of raised facing in a darker wood. The Snail logo is wooden inlay. That's nice. The tuners are generic chrome sealed gears with the Snail logos on them. They're all right. And hallelujah, it comes with fluorocarbon strings, not ukuleles. Just nice to see something different. Worths, in fact. And you get a Snail padded gig bag, which is functional enough. And the price of these is RRP, a not inconsiderable. £450. I know it's solid koa, I know it's solid wood, I know it's nicely appointed, lots of bling, but it is a Chinese instrument, and 450 to me seems quite a bit for what it is. But there we are. It's put together really well. My only gripe is I don't really like the bling, but that's personal. I don't like the narrowness of the nut. That is personal to me too, but it'll be mimicked for a lot of people with big hands. If you've got small hands, you'd probably love it. And I don't like that sharp nut edge. That's really uncomfortable. But otherwise, really well put together. Very attractive instrument. It's light enough. It's not super light, but it's a tenor. It's certainly not heavy, and it's very nicely balanced too. Let's have a play. And the things that stand out from it really is the sustain. The sustain goes on and on and on and on, and puts a really nice vibration back into the chest. And what surprised me is that despite that sustain, it's not the loudest ukulele in the world. Nicer fingerpicked than strummed for volume, but it's obviously, we've got equalization on this microphone and YouTube. You're just going to have to take my word for it that I've played much louder tenors. I've played quieter tenors as well. But what it has got is that koa acacia tone. It's jangly, it's rich, you get the highs and you get the lows and you get everything in between. It's a really nice mix, and it's why it's a very nice wood for a ukulele. Jangly. That's really very pleasant. Not punching, not got a bark, but it's kind of very shimmery, very pretty tone. I really like that. Yeah, some gripes. I don't like the comfort of the nut up here. It's actually quite awkward for me to play. I don't know why they made it quite so narrow, but that's just me. It's not the loudest, but it's very pretty tone, and otherwise is put together really well. But I still think the price is a little bit high, and I'd be looking for a deal on 450. I hope that is just one of those RRPs, because I think it's just a bit heavy when you could have got things like the World of Ukes Pioneer, all in acacia with similar appointments to this for about 100 quid less. 150 quid less, in fact. So there we are. I think it'll suit a lot of people. It's clearly a very good instrument, and Snail are once again impressing me with their quality for a Far Eastern instrument. And this may be what you've been looking for, the SR04-TE, all solid koa ukulele from Snail. Back next week.